Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. So, I thought I would do a private stream and just look at the latest true crime articles and give a reaction to them, discuss them a little bit. Of course, I'm going to upload this video for you guys later. Before we get started, though, I just want to say our new theme on the channel or brand, whatever you want to call it. Y'all know I'm not good with words is we're going to be reading, reacting, and discussing true crime. I'm not good at wording things. That's why I do a lot of reading on here. But anyways, let me get to the screen sharing. We're going to read a little update. It's really not an update. It's just got a little bit more information in it about the murders of Robert Baker, age 12, and his brother Tayton Baker, age 14, out of Florida. I saw a new article about it this morning. Here it is. Killer who slayed two Florida boys lived in the family shed with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend is the victim's aunt. Oh, I'm loving those Halloween shirts and those ads. Okay, I'm getting off topic. Okay, it says two young Florida boys are dead, and police say the suspect who killed them was a family friend. Putnam County Sheriff Gator Deloach announced Friday that Robert Baker, 12, and Tayton Baker, 14, were found murdered Tuesday inside a common area of the family's Melrose home off of Shiloh Road. Investigators found a hammer and a knife inside the residence. The sheriff confirmed both items were used as weapons during the attacks. The mother said she was asleep with a younger child when the incident happened and woke up to find her boys unresponsive. She called 911 immediately, but the attack left both victims dead. The children's grandfather, who lives nearby, said he attempted CPR while waiting for help to arrive. Tampa Bay Times reports the suspect, identified as 30-year-old Mark Wilson Jr., had been living in a shed on the family's property with his girlfriend. The victim's family knew Wilson, who had recently moved to the area themselves, to be closer to relatives. According to Fox 32, the children's mother is the sister of Wilson's girlfriend. They did a lot to help them, and unfortunately, it ended in the deaths of Robert and Tayton, the sheriff said. His eyes look like they are about to pop out of his head. Now, he could be having a schizophrenic episode or be on some kind of drugs or maybe both. Although significant evidence has been found linking Wilson to the killings, the sheriff said they're still working to determine the motive. I mean, really, what kind of motive could you possibly have to go brutally murder two innocent teenagers? Well, one of them's almost a teenager, barely teenagers. Let me put it that way. They're my son's age. This really hits close to home. I'll never understand how people can harm little innocent children. So the state's attorney, R.J. Larissa, said the case is worthy of the death penalty, adding that the suspect attacked the boys without mercy. Yeah, they should seek the death penalty in this case. Wilson has an extensive criminal history, including property crimes and drugs, but no known charges for violent crimes until now. He's been charged with 2 counts of murder and remains behind bars without bail. Wilson is scheduled for a first appearance hearing on Saturday. Let me mute just a minute, guys. I got a cough. My apology. Okay, so something that I've been wondering is this guy comes in, he attacks these two little boys with a knife and a hammer. The mom's sleeping in another room. How in the hell did she not hear no commotion? Let's say he attacked them in their sleep. Okay, once hit or stabbed once, you would think they would wake up and be screaming. There'd be some kind of commotion. So I'd like to know if they were asleep when they were attacked or if maybe they were up watching a movie late because it said they were in the common area of the house, or maybe they were even gaming. I know my son stays up late gaming. But anyhow, I mean, I'm not judging the mother. I don't understand how these boys were brutally murdered and no one woke up. No one heard a thing. I sleep hard at times also, but I'm actually easily woken up when I hear a noise or hear my dogs walk through the house. But I suppose everyone is different. So, anyhow, let me know what you guys think about this case below in the comment section. And of course, I'm going to keep following it. Um, so the next one we're going to talk about is this high school football star from Georgia, 17 years old, was at home minding his own business, laying in his bed. Someone shot through the wall of the apartment, and I believe it struck him in the head. So sad. He had his whole life ahead of him. He was probably going to do big things. A South Georgia high school football player died early Friday after he was shot through the walls of his apartment while he was sleeping. Sequiz Jermaine Perry, 17, was reportedly hit several times by gunshot fire through the outside walls of the building, WTXI said, citing the Quitman Police Department. I think his name's pronounced Sinquez. My accent is hard to pronounce certain words. Perry, who played for the Brooks County High School Trojans, was taken to the South Georgia Medical Center in Valdosta, where he was pronounced dead. What a handsome feller. Okay. Witness interviews indicate the shots were fired intentionally at the building. Agents and Quitman police have been conducting interviews from witnesses, attempting to identify anyone responsible, the GBI said in a statement. Many people are cooperating and have come forward to assist law enforcement with this case. This, I get the feeling, was a targeted attack. I almost feel like someone had something against him. Um, of course, there are innocent people that shot through the walls of their home when, these gangs drive by the streets and just open fire at, random houses and people. But for some reason, I feel like that's not the case here. And someone had something against this young man. Anyways, prayers for his family, of course. And prayers for Robert Baker and Tayton Baker's family as well. I forgot to say that earlier. Okay, so now let's look at this sicko, a Catholic school teacher, and she's been molesting her children or her students. Start saying her children. What her name is. A teacher at a Catholic high school in New Jersey was arrested Wednesday for allegedly sexually abusing one of her students, starting when he was 17. The Cherry Hill Courier Post reported, um, hold on, I missed the place. The office of the Camden County prosecutor said in a statement that Bridget Sapira, age 36, assaulted the victim between January 2019 and March 2020. The boy was reportedly a student in Sapira's literature class at Camden Catholic High School. The Cherry Hill Courier Post reports Sapira also coached the girls' lacrosse team at Camden Catholic High School. According to the probable cause statement, the victim said he and Sapira had sex in his car at several locations in Cherry Hill, including a hotel parking lot, Sapira's home, Sapira's mother's residence. Sapira allegedly also sexually assaulted the student in his home. Sapira, who allegedly admitted to committing offenses in multiple towns, was charged with sexual assault, endangering the welfare of a child in Camden County and Gloucester Township. I don't think I pronounced that right. Authorities said she may face additional charges. According to the Courier Post, Sapira was immediately fired from her teaching job following her arrest. Um, I know I've got some people from New Jersey that watch me. I really hope none of y'all's kids went to this school. If they did and had this teacher, her last name is Sapira, you may want to sit down and talk to them. She is a predator. She's sounding to me like another Mary Kay Letourneau. It is my opinion that Mary Kay Letourneau was a predator. I know she always tried to defend what she did by saying, oh, they were in love. Really, lady? 30 some years old and you're in love with a 12-year-old? Do you know how crazy that sounds and how sick that is? I know Mary Kay died a while back, and I hate that she died of cancer. I hate it for her children. But the truth, she was a predator. We all know that. Okay. Removing some of the ads, guys. When you hear me get silent, that's what I'm doing. Okay, mom stabs 6-year-old daughter to death, then stabs herself. Oh, look at her little Minnie Mouse costume. So cute. A 6-year-old girl stabbed to death last week by her mother, who then stabbed herself, has been identified by the family members as Atara. Deputies responded to a 911 call from someone in the house on August 19th and found the girl and an adult woman, both with multiple stab wounds. They were taken to a hospital where Atara died from her injuries. The woman, who has not been identified, was said to be in critical but stable condition at the time, but no updates have been made available. It's not clear if any charges have been filed against her. The Department of Children and Families said the woman was Atara's mother, but her parental rights had been terminated, and she was visiting the child's home. Police said 3 other adults and another child under 10 were at the home at the time of the stabbings. Wow. Deputies said the woman stabbed Atara several times with a kitchen knife and then stabbed herself. A person who organized a GoFundMe for Atara said she was a bright young girl with a contagious smile and a huge heart. All prayers for Atara's family. So the mother didn't even have custody of Atara. She was at a relative's house who probably had custody of Atara, just doing visiting. I wonder if anyone was in the room when it happened or if they were left unsupervised. Anyways, that is so sad. What a beautiful little girl. Okay. Our next story involves domestic violence. So I want to put um, a banner up with the domestic violence hotline number. Okay, let's remove some of these stinking ads. Can't even see the articles for it. It's ridiculous. There's like 7 or 8 ads I just clicked off. Okay, cop husband fired after estranged wife arrested over physical altercation. A New Hampshire police officer was fired Friday, 7 weeks after he broke several of his estranged wife's ribs during a physical altercation that ended with her arrest. Dover Police Chief William Briaut said that R.J. Latendra, a former mixed martial arts fighter, was terminated over multiple violations of departmental policy, but he declined to say what those violations were. Although I believe it is vital to be as transparent as possible in an effort to ensure and protect the rights of those involved, no additional information will be released at this time. Sarah Latendra age 35, was charged with simple assault and other charges over the July 10th incident in Rollingsford, which left her estranged husband with scratches on his chest. R.J. Latendra was fired from the after Dover police launched an internal investigation of the incident. The investigation began after friends and family members started an online pressure campaign and held two rallies, one at the Dover police station and another at Rollinsford station. I can't thank those people enough because I don't think any of this would have been brought to light without them. Sarah Latendra's, I don't know if I'm saying that right, sister Jessica Newman told the Daily Democrat. It's not how our system should work to get accountability for people to have to continually protest for it. Well, that was a mouthful to say. Okay, so Neiman says she wanted to see RJ charged with a crime, but so far there's no indication that will happen. Merrimack County prosecutors are still investigating the incident. Well, it seems like to me that they both were hitting on each other. Now, hitting on someone is just not right. There are men that are abused in this world too. It's just not women. Although Sarah had some broken rims, I think he should have been charged with that. And he had scratches on him. So, in my mind, well, he's a police officer, so he should know how to handle these situations better. And he didn't because his emotions got in the way. Um, So they have filed for divorce from each other, and RJ has requested sole custody of the children. He's saying his wife has been using drugs, causing her to be physically and mentally unfit. Wow. So it looks like his police department that he works for was not going to fire him, but Sarah's sister started protesting and got him fired. They want him charged with domestic assault too, because allegedly he broke her ribs. Okay, let's see what else is going on before I get off here. Oh, yeah, ex police union president has been fired. Oh, he's got his hands over his face. You should be ashamed, buddy. You should be ashamed. Like I said yesterday on my live streams, they should take all these damn sex predators and put billboards up of their pictures, publicly humiliate them. They should be run out of town. They shouldn't even be allowed to live among us, guys, in our society, in our communities, around our children. They should have a special place where those weirdos can go live away from the rest of the world. It gets me so mad, those sons of bitches. I lived through that growing up. That's why I speak so passionately about it. I know there's no help for these sons of bitches. A retired cop in Massachusetts who was arrested earlier this month for sexually abusing a child relative was charged Tuesday with sexually abusing and raping four more children. Yeah, usually if they get caught doing it, they've done it before. Ex-Boston police officer Patrick Rose Sr., age 66, was charged with 11 counts of non-aggravated rape of a child, 5 counts of indecent assault. The Suffolk County District Attorney said in a statement that Rose raped three of the victims in the 1990s. He allegedly assaulted the fourth victim, who was younger than 14, within the past 2 years. Rose was initially arrested for sexually abusing a relative starting when she was 7. God Almighty. In regards to that case, he was charged with indecent assault and battery of a child under 14, aggravated rape of a child, enticement of a minor, open and gross lewdness, and dissemination of matter harmful to a minor. I didn't pronounce that word right. WBTS reported that Rose was also the former president of the Boston Police Patrolmen's Association. His relationship with the four alleged victims is not immediately known. It said I thought it said it was his relatives. Um, Rose's bail was increased from $250 to $270,000 in light of the 16 new criminal counts. The Boston Globe reported that he has pleaded not guilty to those charges. Oh, he probably has a lot more victims. They've just not come forward yet. Um, when I was growing up and I was being abused, I did tell that it happened right after it happened, but I was not believed. So it continued to happen for several more years. After I got older, it stopped. I quit going around this person, but it was years later before I ever told anyone else again. Um, I talk about it openly and honestly now, um, but used to I didn't. I kept it all inside. Anyways, if anyone is out there that's suffering any kind of abuse, please get help or reach out to me. I would be glad to talk with any one of you and help you figure out a exit plan, whether you're being sexually abused or physically abused. I'll help you. I hope sharing my story on here really helps someone. All my life I've thought to myself, because I've had a rough life, why did all these bad things happen to me? My life has been like a movie. I was abused growing up. My grandfather took me in. That's why the abuse really stopped, because I went to live with my grandfather and just cut off contact with my abuser altogether. Stopped going around. Um, and then my grandfather, the one person that loved and protected me, took his own life because he was suffering from schizophrenia. Then I grow up, I marry an abusive husband. And then, I leave him, I divorce him, and I start dating this guy that is mentally unstable. And he ended up taking his own life in front of me. So, yeah, I often ask myself, what is the reason that I have been put through all this hell? Because, I really am a good person and I just never could understand it. And I think maybe the reason I went through all this is so I could share my story, and maybe by someone hearing my story, it can help them or give them hope. Hey, you can overcome all these horrible things. You really can. It doesn't have to ruin your life. The things I went through about ruined my life, but thank God for my hubby, Mark. He has helped me in so many ways. I get so aggravated with it, but he has helped me in so many ways. Anyways, guys, that's all the true crime I'm going to be reading this morning. Channel members, we're going to be having a live stream tonight, probably around 9 p.m. And we're probably going to do some true crime trivia. If you guys have a specific topic that you would like for me to talk about or something you'd like for me to do tonight, leave me a comment below. But anyways, have a wonderful day and check out 411 Now's live stream this morning. I believe it comes on at 11 a.m. my time, which is Eastern time. Check it out. Anyways, love y'all. Peace.